Greetings, my Cancerians. This is Damien with HK Readings, Healing Culture Tarot, and I'm here to do your reading for the month of October 2019. This will be for my Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter, so stay tuned to see if any of the messages align with you and your journey. I will say I have found much relevance as it pertains to looking up, for example, videos of Cancer regarding your Vedic chart, as well as your tropical Western chart, Vedic in the East, tropical in the West. If you have Cancer in your tropical chart or your Vedic, it could very well apply. Me, I have some of the same placements for Cancer, tropical and Vedic. Like, I want to say my Mars is in Cancer across the board. Not many readers that I've come across read for Mars, but there are a few. So I would like, could just watch it for Cancer. Like, say if, you have a Venus in Cancer and tropical, or you have it in Vedic, but not in tropical, you could still watch the video and see, Okay, so upon shuffling, the first card that came out was the Green Tara. Start delegating. Ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything yourself. So Cancer, I'm a Mars Cancer, Venus, Midheaven, Chiron. I got a lot. And this already is something that's resonating with me. So I wonder how much of it resonates with you. Like, when this card comes out to Crown, we're talking about basically someone who is extremely stressed or just continuously tired, dealing with anxiety, and they, are kind of spreading themselves thin. Now, it suggests that somebody, whoever this resonates with, is getting off, I don't, want to say like a hard path, but yeah, indeed that, like a hard, trying path that has led them to, persevere. Like Cancers, you've persevered through a lot of the hurdles and obstacles that have been placed before you in love, the things you've been dealing with internally with yourself, with family, so on and so forth. And now that you're at a point of strength and you're regaining a sense of peace and solace, you're having to remember your nurturing side, okay? And you have to remember your vulnerable and the open-natured end of yourself that allows you to reach out and ask for help and not take on the burden of the now, the future you're creating, alone. There shouldn't be this bittersweet feeling of yeah, I've healed and I've made it very far and everything that I wanted to achieve and get away from, but I still have a problem trusting. Like, this is down to accepting compliments. This is when anybody says they want to do a little simple something for you, like, hey, I'm going to grab some coffee. Can I get you anything? I'm fine. Because in your mind, you're like, well, if I wanted coffee, I just go get it myself, and I don't really care to do that, so it's fine. Something like anything from the perceivably smaller things like that to bigger things where if you're really trying to make a dream come true with a business venture or an artistic venture or something that you're excited about, or you're really trying to move forward getting funding for this, or you're really trying to move forward with anything, but the resources that are around you, you're kind of too proud to take. And I feel as though this even extends to love. Like, some of you are wanting that connection, you're wanting that energy, you're wanting that love to come in, but at the same time, there's kind of a tough exterior, this guard here. When we talk about the exoskeleton that's on the crab, same as the scorpion, the Scorpio's out there, it can be such an intense protective measure to the point where we have to question if it's to any detriment at that same time. Now, as you're hitting this realization, a huge moment of self-reflection to figure out, okay, well, how do I open myself up to the world and lighten my load? How do I finally you know, like 10 of Wands or even the 10 of Swords. How do I finally put this burden down? You know, as you start to get to that point, you start to truly, truly heal in the ways that like feel natural to you, that are like at your deepest core. I feel as though many of you are looking at different things in your life that you can change, you know. Like for example, you may be deciding as far as things you may cut out certain people. You might have a list of people that you're blocking or moving communication from. There's a certain list of places that you aren't really going to anymore. Just because you don't want to associate with a certain vibe or like the potential to fall back into a certain mindset or what have you. Many of you have either quit drinking or smoking, whether it's pot or cigarettes, even if it's for like a temporary amount of time, like you know, you may have like a 7-day challenge, you may have like a 3-month challenge, you may try to go a year. It could also be dietary with certain foods that, you know, you're giving up. You could be giving up dairy. You could be giving up red meat. Like you're really looking at this process of changing and healing and growing into levels of acceptance. You're really looking at it on a holistic level, you know? You're realizing that it's about the tree, and the way to focus on the tree is to take note of the various branches, okay? Instead of it being about one particular branch or just being sidetracked on something that is going to drive you out and insane for looking at it through the wrong lens, for one. But you know, I need a little water. I'm parched, excuse me. I'm just gonna bring it over here with me. But yeah, you're finding enlightenment through a strong sense of connecting with others and opening up to others. This is allowing you to trust to bring in the love that you want. It's like not only to help you in like whatever the actual factual like things you're trying to accomplish are, it's gonna really open you up to like trust and, you know, highly strengthened bonds. Oh, do you like the nails? New color? I just tried it for a day. It's gonna change. One of my best friends gave me like this awesome purple. Boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. So like I said, you know, tying in like how there are certain things that you're removing yourself from, people, places, and things, right? This is a part of setting boundaries. You understand that your emotional health, I really feel like this drives on your emotional health. There might be a lot of things that go on in your mind, but I'm telling you, as far as your heart is concerned, your heart chakra, and yeah, definitely the mind here. We see the illumination of the crown chakra here. And you know, it seems like most of the chakras here are anointed with something or another. But it's your heart chakra that's really going to become soothed during the month of October, because you understand the energies that you just don't need around, you know? This could very well be about like somebody who, you know, if it's pertaining to a love interest, somebody who's come back, right? And they seem different. I don't know, things feel different, and part of you feels like you can even entertain the notion of just giving it another shot. But then like the other side of you just kind of knows the energetic draw that it has. Like I said, you know, when you avoid certain things because like you just kind of know how it just made you feel, like the feeling that it triggered, and you just don't want to put yourself in that space, that state anymore, you know, so you just don't. Setting healthy boundaries, because your energy replenishment is so important. Your healing and your energy replenishment is so important. I would love to pull one more goddess guidance card for you from Doreen Virtue, and we're going to continue on with the reading, getting into some tarot. Actually, we'll do some chakra wisdom as well. We'll lay this here. Voila. get some chakra wisdom on the board. Just one card, please, for my Cancers. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. Vedic and tropical. Tropical and Vedic. Yeah, we do. Wow, the High Priestess. So the interesting thing about this for me as a reader when I pull this is because this is the deity that's on the box. Like, for many of y'all who are familiar with this deck, like you get the box, it has Dana the High Priestess on the card. And it speaks for so much, you know. But the caption of the card is, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. Well, see, when we talk about helping others, okay, it's a mirror of them helping you, because when we go back to the card of delegating with the Green Tara, and we talk about healing and opening up relationships and remembering how to love again, it's because you have so much to give. But it's, you know, when it comes to giving, it's equally important to receive. So like with this new chapter that you're in, with having so much to give, more than you had before, though you were always a shining star, there's so much out here for you to receive as well. And understanding that, again, becoming receptive to people who want to do for you, people who want to assist you, to aid you, to guide you, is the only way you're going to put yourself in a place where you can bestow upon the world in a healthy and open and vibrant way, you know, just all of your abilities. This is how you can help them. This is how you can, you know, help upgrade them, help them heal, so on and so forth. And we're getting into what, you know, the true dynamics of a relationship are. So, you know, it kind of leads me to feeling as though there's a redefinition, you know, redefining moment of what it's really going to take for you to attract the love, you know, platonically, and, you know, just like in a full-on relationship. Like, what is truly going to take to attract it in the way that you need it, in the way that helps you shine, in the way that helps you glow, in the way that helps you accept others with open arms, like, you know, a level of compassion truly. And that's what brings us to the chakra wisdom card that we have here, gratitude. Remember how I said the crown chakra here seems to be the most highly illuminated part. And like I said, with you having to see things differently on what it's going to take to achieve what you want, how you need it, not just that in itself, but how you need it, we have to shift from what seems like, you know, it really is, and focus on the core, the heart chakra, which, you know, again, all these chakras seem to be sort of anointed with something, but the illumination is here. And it just leads me to believe that mentally, where you're realizing that the problem doesn't lie within the perception that you've had. It lies here with the heart, you know? It lies here with the heart. And one of the things to note in this card of gratitude, you know, we have the woman here who's pregnant in the image. So when we talk about gratitude, there's a level of forgiving, okay? And when we talk about like turning over a new leaf and healing the heart here through gratitude and through acceptance, what we're giving birth to is happy, healthy, fruitful, new conditions, doing it right, okay? And this could very well be indicative of the union that you shall come into with a person, to where y'all can do for one another in a healthy way, because you have a lot to give, but the universe is saying you have a lot to receive, okay? So through the efforts of y'all healing each other, this could be a relationship that not only withstands time and really births grand new karma for you, but this could literally be the person that you shall have a child with. You will meet this person in October, or October, you know, will spring the news, or somewhere near October, because, you know, time's fluid, but it's going to be an important month for finding out, you know, some key information about this energy here. In purple, okay, the color of the deity Oya and Ifa, we talk about death and transformation, okay? The guardian of the cemetery who gives passage, you know, into into spirithood from the earthly realm, you know, upon transitioning. But, you know, like relative to that, like in this case, just transitioning into newfound energy and glory, okay? Okay? This is highly, highly scorpionic energy. And I made the comparison before, you know, talking about how, you know, there's that exoskeletal similarity with you too. And there's many deep, you know, deep emotional connections that I find with Scorpios and Cancers as well, as far as really being able to understand one another. You know, very, very strong, passionate energies here. And you know, Scorpio season isn't very far. Scorpio season will be in October. What, October 20th or the 21st? So we're talking about here, as it is your October reading, the scorpionic energy that's coming about as, you know, we near the season into that fixed water energy. And we're really transforming along, which is, you know, this is really showing that you're on the right path. You are now aligning yourself to be on the path that you're meant to be on again. The most fulfilling path that is for you. Not just getting love, not just getting that job, not just getting that home, but getting it and having it cater to you and soothe you and make you shine, you know? You might not have ever wanted to hurt again or depend on another person, whatever it is. So you just had a list of the things that you were gonna get, right? But we're now talking about getting them the right way, healthily. I don't even know what to title this video, y'all. I really don't. Let's get some Tarot in Wonderland. Sum up the reading here. Would love a few poppers, not like the whole deck try to pop out, but okay. What do we have at the bottom of the deck? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands, okay? Realizing that it is time for our ships to come in, you know? He sees it's time. He's looking at that clock, and you see the waves of the ship, the direction that it's passing. They're coming in. And he's like, ah, yes. Okay, and you know, if it falls reverse, I'll read it reverse. But with the Nine of Swords reversed and the Emperor card here, again, when we were talking about just like you know, the mental strife like that you may have been burdened by and overtaken by, you know, at a certain point in time, and just really trying to find delegation and what to do next and how to like lighten that load here. All of those swords from the Nine of Swords in reverse, it's talking about you coming out, again, of this mental entrapment, okay? Which in turn is, you know, it's going hand in hand with you, with this heart healing that you're having to do. But it's talking about getting out of your head and really existing in a free space where you're realizing that you have control, so much control now over your life. You didn't have it before because you didn't realize it. You weren't in the place where it was being understood and implemented, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and say you've always had control. Like, we have what we choose to have, and we don't what we, you know, just don't choose to have. If I choose to take back my life right now, or, you know, whatever point I do, I'm assuming control. Had I, you know, had it before, I would have been at that point before. You see what I'm saying? So it's in the sense that, you know, you're just gaining control of your life in a very healthy way finding out who you are to the point that you can be so stern about it and that nobody can tell you anything. But you don't have to respond harshly or rashly or negatively or anything like that to even let someone know who may not know who the fuck you are, Cancer. And the way it's looking in October, it's going to show who the fuck you are. You're not even going to have to speak. Your resume will be in your energy, okay? Your resume will be on your face. Your resume will be those tactful mannerisms. That will be your resume. Again, we are talking about somebody who's coming into, that high priestess energy. But definitely look for something to open up here in the month of October. You healing is bringing you closer towards someone. So that love that you seek in the way that, the love that you seek in the way that you need it is only getting closer the closer you get to this, okay? So that's what I have for you. I'm gonna sit here and think about what I'm gonna title your reading. I love you, Cancers. Good night.